Hello. Welcome back to the Sacred Souls podcast. I just finished a really powerful mushroom journey yesterday, and trust me, I have a lot to share about it, but I want to honor the integration process and not rush it. So tonight, I just want to share something that's directly connected and something I've been sitting with for months now, which is what to do when you're in the in-between, that weird space where the old version of you is gone, but the new one hasn't fully arrived yet. Like you've left something behind, a home, a path, an identity, but you're not clear on what comes next. Maybe you're in limbo, or you feel like you're floating and everything in you wants to figure it out already, but nothing is coming. For me, it's looked like being nomadic and going from place to place, thinking the next answer would just drop in. And instead, I just kept getting more questions, more stillness, more fog. And don't get me wrong, I have been getting, some messages in between, but overall, I'm like, hello. So I've had to learn that the in between is just sacred and a necessary part of becoming who you're meant to be. So let's just name it. The space can feel maddening. You might be wondering, am I stuck? Am I blocked? Am I missing the signs? But here's what I've learned from both personal experience and spiritual work. The in-between is really just more of a deep recalibration. For example, the last 6 months I've been in this space, and at first I thought it was just about finding a new place to live, so I'd look at maps and research towns and check Airbnb listings, thinking I can just pick the right location and that everything would fall into place. But what I realized, especially during the last mushroom journey, is that it was never just about the place. It was about the part of me that didn't feel safe in the external world, no matter where I went. I've always felt safe in my body, but the environments around me kept triggering that deep part of my nervous system that was on alert. And it was like I was trying to build a home on shifting ground because the external world just didn't feel steady yet. And I think a lot of us do this, right? Like we try to organize our outer life hoping it will calm the inner chaos, but the in-between doesn't respond to logistics. It responds to presence and deep internal safety. And I've had to learn that the long way. So if you're here right now and if you're questioning everything and getting very little clarity, just know that you're in the space where real transformation happens. And I promise you, because I'm almost out on the other side of it, so I can tell you confidently from experience. So I want to share 7 things to do in the in-between to help you. The first one is anchor into your body every day. This doesn't have to be a big ritual or anything. It can be literally just placing your hand on your heart in the morning and asking, what do I need today? It can be stretching, walking, even humming, but your body already knows how to be in the unknown. It's just your mind that wants to escape it. So the more you anchor, the less urgency you'll feel. And I've learned this from actually my last mushroom journey where our body really can tell us whatever we want as long as we listen to it. And that for me, like I can be someone who's so much in my mind and so logical that once I do the somatic work of tuning into my body and asking it what it needs and what is it trying to tell me, that actually makes you bypass your logical mind. And like, you'll be surprised at the answers you get. And actually, for example, the other weekend I was with one of my friends and he was really stressed out about something and he doesn't even really do this work. But I was like, all right, listen, I was like, I have an exercise for you if you're open. And so I did this, literally, I walked him through this and I was like, okay, what message does your body have? Like, what is it trying to tell you? And literally the answers that he came up with, like we were both shocked. And I mean, he was more shocked than I was because I'm like, hello, I knew that this was going to happen for you. But and then it ended up, we found out like literally later that day, the message was right. So the more that, you can do this and bypass your logical mind, the more answers that you'll get that are really resonant to what your soul wants and what your intuition is trying to tell you. Okay, number 2, let yourself grieve even if you chose this path. So sometimes we think grief only belongs to dramatic losses, but honestly, when you leave behind a chapter, even one that no longer fits you, your nervous system still needs to process the absence. So you're really just grieving, who you were in that life. And it can be leaving a friendship, leaving a job, leaving a relationship, or it can even be leaving like a certain characteristic or, different trait that you had. Like it doesn't have to be this huge thing. So just know that real integration only happens when you allow space for that grief. Number 3, stop making fear-based decisions just to feel in control. When you feel ungrounded, your nervous system will grasp for anything to make you feel certain. and same kind of with your ego. So that urgency, though, is often a trauma response. And if you act on it, you're risking repeating the same exact patterns in new packaging. So just wait until a decision feels clear, rooted, and peaceful, not tight, fast, or frantic. And people always ask me, how do you tell the difference between your intuition and fear? And this is basically what I'm trying to say, is that fear will feel like panic, and it'll feel like very immediate, like, oh my God, I have to do this, or like, I can't do that. But intuition would be softer, and it would feel more calm in your body. So that's like a quick way you can, know the difference. And so just know that clarity will come after you feel safe, and usually not before. Okay, number 4, follow what nourishes you, not what's quote unquote productive. There's a reason the word rest keeps showing up in your intuition, and that's because it's literally like a spiritual strategy, and nourishment looks different for everyone. It might be silence, it could be being in the woods, it could be saying no to plans, it could be journaling, or it could be like laying on the floor or in your bed and like literally doing nothing. So whatever calms your system is making space for the new to emerge. Number 5, ask what's trying to emerge through me and not from me. So this is a listening season, like if you are in this space, and let the universe initiate you, like let the messages come through instead of trying to pull them out of yourself, because sometimes the answers like won't arrive until you've fully surrendered the search. And the more you try to force anything in life, the more you're really just pushing it away. So stillness is what will make you receptive. Okay, number 6, meditate regularly to reset your vibration. Meditation is not just about calming the mind. It's a powerful way to reset your energetic frequency and open space for clarity and downloads. I always tell people to meditate. Like when they ask me, like, what's the first step I can do to connect with my intuition or to feel better? Like literally my answer for everything, pretty much. The first step I would say is to meditate, because we basically will get momentum, and every day we build momentum of either negative or positive energy. And so, it's like if you start out your day and then something bad happens and then another bad thing happens, another bad thing happens, it's because you're building negative momentum. And then alternatively, if positive things keep happening, that's positive momentum. But the important thing is that when you meditate every day in the morning, you are resetting your momentum and you're starting over. So if you were angry, let's just say, or upset the day before, you're now resetting your vibration. And so now if something else comes up that day that would make you upset or angry, it's not building off of the day before. And the more that we do this, the more you will get this clarity that I'm talking about, and obviously so many other benefits. So even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can help you settle your nervous system and invite in the guidance that's been waiting for your attention. The clearer and calmer your vibration, the easier it is for messages to land and for your next steps to reveal themselves. And number 7, practice micro purpose. And what this is when you're in the in-between, the big purpose, the mission, the clarity, it might be hidden, but that doesn't mean you have no purpose. So some days your purpose might just be to rest. It might just be to help one person. It might be to tend to your body. It could just be to smile at a stranger. We don't need this like huge mission every single day. So even though you might feel foggy, it's not that your purpose disappeared. It's just become a little bit more subtle. So look for like the smaller things that you can find purpose in, and you'll start to feel it again. So if you are deep in the fog right now, and if you're in between places, identities, or paths, let this episode be your permission to just slow down and trust the unraveling. Like, please don't think you're behind or that you're off your path. You are just in the process of becoming, and it sounds cliche, but it's like, when they always say it's about the journey and not the destination. The in-between is not where you lose yourself. It's really where you meet the next version of yourself, slowly, softly, and with more depth than you've ever known. So thank you guys for being here with me today. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. You can send me a DM or message me or email me and just let me know what part landed the most, or just tell me if you are in the in-between too, because we don't have to walk through these transitions alone. And if you want to support the podcast, please share it with a friend or tag me when you listen or leave a review, because it truly means so much. So until next time, rest to receive, let it be slow, and trust that your next chapter is coming exactly on time.